Hey everybody, sorry about that. We're just having some serious trouble today. I don't know what's going on. Last stream everything ran without a hitch, and this stream, yeah, not so much. So, sorry about that. It's Windows 10. Actually, I updated to Windows 10, and then suddenly everything just fell apart. But I guess I heard some issues are in existence with XSplit. And
yeah, the internet agreed.
Yeah.
There were a couple different posts about XSplit crashing in Windows 10.
Okay.
It wasn't before.
All right. No, I'll have to keep an eye out for an update and try to take care of that. So, when our next session, bacon. This is why I didn't want to eat bacon. Our next session.
It says it like it's a bad thing.
Oh no, bacon's delicious. So, all right, let's continue on from where we were. So, just to set the scene, we had the cat coming out along with the small, this small white creature,
and
fox-like creature, and you had said,
"Is that a ferret?"
This is not a ferret. This is fox.
What's the difference?
It is Arctic fox from Irishen.
You're keeping it?
Yes, I have to
not Tori.
Jamming.
Come on, Tori.
Jamming.
All right, keep going.
Pardon. It is from my home.
And
I never
realized-
found my butterfly in the ashes.
And now you're guilt tripping me. Okay, look. I'll probably be 100% okay with it after my room is not like this.
I will help you clean your room. I train this. It's all good.
So while she's talking, behind her you see the cat kind of climb up on the table. Okay, so she's saying what she's saying and goes up to one of the apples and just looks at you and reaches out with a paw and knocks it off the table.
I do that.
And you point, and the cat backs away, and you see the fox is standing there, and you turn around and you see the fox there with an apple on the floor. It's sort of like split open.
It was the cat.
I believe you because fox on floor, apples are up here. Cat might back away, but I know she is asshole. For the record, Parno. I'm not really arguing that we keep the cat. Okay?
Cat looks at you.
I love you, but you need to learn how to behave. I think Christiana needs to train you.
The
She's
cat
a teacher.
does not go in my room anymore.
Yeah, okay.
The fox
no
is on
problem.
probation.
Okay, why? The fox did nothing!
Yet! The fox hasn't been in my room yet. There's a correlation.
There is no correlation.
Cat goes running off into your room. Fox begins following.
Okay, I pick up the, I
Reflexive.
I'll let it happen. It's small. Okay.
As the fox is
up
following
against
its way.
No, she picked up the fox.
Oh, not
Before.
the cat?
Not the cat. Fox is nuzzling into you. The cat's in your room, and you hear something crash.
I go after it. I'm not letting it be in there.
All right, so while he's fighting the cat in his bedroom,
I'm a level 1 commoner. I can watch.
the cat like pats you. You take 5 hit points for the damage, and you're down. So as they're battling it out in his bedroom, you have the fox is kind of nuzzling up against you.
Oh, sweetie, can I put you down for just a moment so that I can help my friend?
So as you're putting him down, he kind of like he's trying to grab on a little bit, and one of the claws holds on a little bit, like he doesn't want to quite let go.
Okay. It's okay. Just one moment, okay? One moment.
There are 2 ways this can go, cat. Only 2 ways. Either just out good.
So I very slowly do this to make sure Fox is okay before I go help Parno. Because
Okay.
right now Fox is vulnerable. Parno not so much.
Okay, so Parno, you have the cat now, and you're holding it like this, like so its arms are kind of like this.
Yep.
And
I'm looking at it like dead in the eye. Like there are only 2 ways this works, cat.
Okay, I think I have idea. I think maybe...
No. We need to have a conversation. Mano a mano.
Okay, I like this.
Well, guided girl, whatever. All right, look, cat. You don't mess with my room again. Ever. And I don't throw you bodily out the second window. Deal? Before it can scratch me or anything else, I throw it to the, not hard, I'm throwing along the floor to the door.
right towards the door.
Yeah, just so we can skitter out.
Okay.
That was out the doorway! Think about where the second time will be!
And it just kind of, as it kind of catches itself.
Yep.
and it doesn't look back at you. It just goes up to your leg, kind of moves against it, and then continues moving, all proud of itself.
You choose how your story ends!
So, okay. You've just come home, and you you open the door and you kind of come in, and suddenly you hear Parno yelled at.
Hello?
Nobody's talking.
You hear like muffled like noises of like furniture being moved in Parno's room.
Christiana, I made dinner. It's on table.
Okay. That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What's going on?
Nothing. I make dinner for you.
You know I'm a teacher, right?
And I have the fox in my arm, like I'm petting it in there.
You feel something rubbing up against your leg. You
It's a
see-
kitty. I'm
yeah.
gonna pet the kitty.
Okay, it's purring.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hello there.
Parno and Cat have fight.
You hear swears and yelling coming from Parno's room.
What happened to Parno?
Parno have fight with Cat.
Why did Parno have a fight with the cat?
I might have accidentally locked Cat in Parno's room.
Why did you do
It
that?
was an accident.
It was an accident? Really? Do you think that works on any of my students?
Well, I had to protect my baby.
You know that you didn't actually give birth to that animal, right?
Yes, I understand that, but I adopt now it's my baby.
I see. And I'm guessing that the cat didn't take it very nicely.
Maybe not, but they will be
The cat
friends.
goes scurrying up across the ground, like just running towards like the kitchen area.
You should go
It's
hurry
doing- it's
before
just
Cat
doing
gets
normal
your
cat
baby.
stuff.
Like weird
Yeah.
cat. Well, I mean, you know, you probably shouldn't have locked the cat. As soon as you introduce a new pet, you probably should have been like, "This is my new pet. Now I'm gonna lock you in here, cat, because I don't want you anymore."
I try feeding Cat. I try introducing Cat to
You're
my
just
new
supposed
baby.
to let the two of them
You hear a squeak
co-mingle.
coming from the kitchen.
Okay, I want to go in the kitchen.
All right, as you're heading towards the kitchen, you see the cat coming out. It's got like this tail and a little mouse kind of hanging from its mouth, and it goes walking over to Parno's room.
I closed the door.
It's
I know, no.
gift.
Hold on. He's not. You can't talk to him. He's behind a door.
Why would I not yell through the door?
Give me a moment to set up the scene before you start yelling his gift. Begins pawing. You hear at your door.
I go up to the door and I just crack it open.
And you see the cat's there with like this mouth and this mouse in its mouth, and just kind of leans forward and sets it down.
Is gift.
Okay, cat, but Corvin's gonna want a mouse too. I close the door again.
And I think that's where we end the scene. Perfect. All right. So we're moving forward again now 3 more years, and this is going to be the last jump we make. This represents sort of the end of our prelude. Everything after this is going to actually be taking place in real time, and we are in the game itself. And so, yeah, so it's not going to be this like constant jump. But we have 3 more years that we're moving ahead. Now, in those 3 years, you're finishing up your apprenticeship, and you're moving on to being something kind of
I was
beyond
gonna run
that.
away if it took much longer. Well,
You're still working with the same
away.
people, and still sort of like you're still working at the inn, for instance. But things begin changing over those next few years. You begin being given more responsibilities. You're actually given the ability to sort of take over the duties of innkeeper. In fact, it reaches a point where he basically just lets you run the place, and he just watches storytellers all day. But it
He
does
still
also-
doesn't let me introduce them, does he?
no, no. But as far as the inn is concerned, you become actually a fairly good innkeeper, and just maintaining that and everything else. Obviously, you're not at a point where you could own your own inn, but running his, you're getting pretty good at. As far as teaching goes, you now have your own students. You're teaching yourself, even though she was never really your master, just sort of one teaching you. You're now sort of her, a fellow teacher. With the others at the orphanage and things like that. And so you sort of reach this point in your lives now where, you know, you're no longer apprentices. You're lower end journeymen. And same thing even with you. Now, has your attitude changed ever since the fox, who, by the way, has been nothing but a darling? The cat's still an asshole, but the fox has been well behaved. Always is like playful and sort of kind, and always reminds you of sort of home, like it's this tiny little piece of home that you have with you. Cat still doesn't like the fox much, but Cat comes and goes. So,
one question: How big is Fox now?
Fox is now about this big. It's about reached the full size. They don't get terribly big. They only get about about maybe 2.5 to 3 feet like long.
So I train it so I don't need to use leash or something like a dirty dog. It walks next to me, but occasionally if it gets too tired, it will go and sleep and look like I have a stole. You know, it
Okay.
likes this.
All right, and still very light for you. You can still carry him around and everything else.
Most of its body mass is just fur.
Yeah, pretty much. And it gets into little bits of mischief, but nothing like the cat does. With Parno, it'll sometimes wake him up.
We've come to a certain agreement about the level of like altercation that we will have, Parno and the cat, and they've come to some like there's a weird camaraderie there. It's very strange.
No, he's still an asshole.
No.
Or she's still an asshole. The fox, on the other hand, is really nice to you. The fox is always very like, and actually it reaches the point where the fox gets big enough that it's able to sort of keep the cat from coming into your room or doing stuff. Like it's not scared anymore.
You should give Fox treat. Fox help you.
No, I'm saying the fox comes and wakes you up on occasion.
Oh, the foxes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then, okay.
The fox comes in and just like licks your face, and sometimes you've woken up and the fox will be sleeping with you.
Hey.
But only on occasion. Only when you're gone.
Okay.
Like when you get up to leave and you have to go and he's still there.
Okay.
Because remember, he works late. He's
This
at an
is
inn.
true. This is true. Okay, I forgive you.
And so he'll then go over to Parno.
I forgive you.
It's the fox that's cheating on you.
And so, yeah. And so even though it's her sort of baby, you and the fox have definitely become more friends.
All right. That only makes it worse for the cat then, from me.
The cat tends to like whenever like she's around is super well behaved, but then as soon as she's like turns her back, will do stuff like against you, and so basically like she does not understand why you hate the cat.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like
It's just war.
Yes, I'd say that's more your relationship with this cat.
Okay.
So yeah, so
My favorite trick is the one I played on her with the peanut butter.
So, how have you been feeling now, like, as far as these next 3 years to come?
I feel I'm better now. I'm happy. I have my fox, but I think I'm very happy. I learned this alchemy thing. I think it is very useful, but I don't really want to be stuck in a shop. I am thinking about. I am daydreaming all the time.
Okay.
Still, I just hide it better from my master.
Okay. So, I mean, you've been at this point now where, yeah, you're running the front of the shop a lot more, and she's given you more responsibility. She doesn't ride you quite as hard, especially ever since you reached the point of learning all the lessons. And
I appreciate her more now.
Okay. And so, yeah, and running the shop is actually not too bad. It gives you more time to do, like, study. Although at this point you've exhausted most of the books. You exhausted them a couple years ago. There's just not, unless you're able to get into the Pathfinder library, which is very expensive to get in. It's usually about 100 gold just to get access to the basic books. Or something like the Nethys library, but usually you have to know somebody to get into their stacks, and stuff like that. And ever since they had this weird...
Somebody I could know?
Actually, Lambert would be someone you could know. Now let me ask you about Lambert. Because Lambert does make advances at some point. Do you accept, or do you sort of like turn him down?
I tell Lambert that I tell Lambert he is a very nice boy. I like hanging out. I want to be friends, but I am not looking to settle down just yet. Is he okay being friend zoned?
Is he being friend zoned? He doesn't hang out as much. Sends to hang out with Parno, but doesn't really spend a lot of time with you. you know, kind of suddenly there's more of a distance and everything between the two of you that kind of comes out of that. So unfortunately, he's probably not a person you could talk to get in there.
See, now if he was your boyfriend, he would have given you all of this information.
He's still Lambert at heart. He's still like, you know. I mean, look, I didn't expect you to go after him. He's still kind of a dick, but.
The partner doesn't see that.
But I think I would ask him anyways, because if he's around, if he's hanging out with Parno, I'm assuming I'm hanging out with Parno.
He reaches that point where it's like he'll see what he can do.
Yeah, okay, so he tells me no. Gotcha.
Yeah. So, you know, yeah.
You broke his heart.
Why are men such babies about being friends? Sorry, why am I looking at the only girl here? Wait, Jay is good. I don't know you. You seem good. I'm not asking the right people.
Okay, so yeah, but do you have time to sort of daydream and consider, like, what are thoughts that you, like, where are you thinking about maybe working? Like, what other things would you be able to do? I mean, alchemy now is something that you know fairly well, and you're able to actually kind of handle it. So, I mean, what other things could you really do?
This is big problem. I think this is... I don't not like the shop, but I feel like incomplete. Not as lonely as I was before because I have my friends. I really like living with Christiana and Parma, but it is incomplete. I have all these dreams. I want to figure out what I do next to get there.
And the bell rings. The bell on the door, like when
Oh,
someone
okay.
comes in. This is your glossing your thoughts, and the bell rings, and you look up, and you get that feeling of familiarity, almost shock for a brief moment, and then you snap out of your daydream, and the shop's empty.
Did I see Viola?
Just staying there, kind of looking around, and nobody's there, and you just—it's like that moment where you just kind of go like this, you know, you kind of snap out of a dream. Yeah, and there's no one in the shop. But hovering just about this far above the counter in front of you is a butterfly.
Well, he takes everything away and gives me nothing in return.
This is a sign of an abusive relationship.
It's not. Thanks. I guess.
I'm sorry, that was a bad joke.
That's alright.
I reach out and try to cup my hand under the butterfly. Is it okay? Can I
Yeah,
put it back?
no, it starts hovering above your hand, and it's the exact butterfly. It even has the little niche, like where you kind of scratched it a little bit.
Okay, so I very carefully put inside, right next to my heart. This is where I hold it. And is it a closing time or close enough to closing time?
It's pretty close, yeah.
Okay, close enough. I close shop and run to look for these two. I think I go to Inn first because he's probably still working. Okay, so I go to Inn. Parno!
Okay, hold on. So you go in towards where he is, and you're basically yelling as you're kind of coming through the door.
Yes.
And you see Parno, and he's standing there, and he's holding a scarf in his hands. And it's a scarf that one of the guests that you were helping out, you don't remember who it was, but you're pretty sure you were helping them out. And basically they left a scarf behind. But when you picked it up and you're looking at it, it's not any scarf. It's your mother's scarf.
He's just looking at it when you come up. He doesn't even hear you.
Okay, so I grab Parno's arm and then start running toward the orphanage.
You feel something kind of holding onto your arm.
I think that
pulling
kind
at you.
of shakes me out of it. What?
Come, we go get Christiana now. Come.
Let me quick get the Master! What was his name again? I didn't write it down.
Oh,
Sorry.
Prince Gnome.
it's
something?
Master fell something. Dang it. And of course it's
Zedric?
stopped. Zedric, yeah.
Master Zedric, an emergency. I'll be right.
Half hour. Half hour.
Half hour.
You better come back.
So
I promise.
We have plenty of guests coming later tonight.
will do.
See, how? Yeah.
Okay, so I have not let go of him during this. All right, so I'm still and running.
What?
Well, you're trying to run. He's still standing there.
Yeah, I'm still standing
This
there
would
like.
help if you would run with me.
What?
I can just see you like.
Did you see who gave him the scarf?
No, I didn't. I like open up my shirt just a little bit, not in a sexy way, but you know, just look.
Your butterfly.
Yes, we go see Christiana right now.
Okay.
Okay. Christiana!
I'm assuming I'm in a class. With
Yeah, you're
some
in
orphans.
class.
Hold
You're
on.
in class with orphans.
It's the end of the day. I just closed my shop. Shouldn't it be the end of school?
But these are orphans. This is where they live. This is their home.
Yeah. It's not like, it doesn't work not quite like that.
Christiana! Okay, I don't care if she's in class. Christiana!
Chris.
Excuse me, class. Continue with your homework. Apparently, I have some very rude guests.
No, it's emergency.
Are you doing this like to the door? Like.
I
assume they're like banging on the door.
I thought it was like, yeah, or at a window or something. Like maybe I like try to push the window.
I'm
but
thinking
it's
it's
emergency.
the glass pane in the door, and you're like banging on it.
Farah, what are you doing? Are you just being dragged around, or are you?
Kind of. I'm still trying to go through what this means, like what it could mean.
Okay.
Christiana,
Yes,
look.
She's got a butterfly.
that's very nice.
Viola brought me my butterfly. I take out. Look, you see here where I scratch? You see here.
Wow, you're making a huge leap to Viola, aren't you?
That's very nice.
Someone
I think
brought
that's
me
great.
I assume my mother's scarf, the one that I lost in the fire.
That's wonderful. Someone was able to
is not.
do that. But is this an emergency? Is someone
This
hurt?
is emergency.
Well-
I don't think Viola died in fire.
Someone just dropped this off. I don't know who it was. They didn't. I don't think they wanted to be remembered, but we need to find out who it was.
Okay. Did you try to find someone?
And to find out if you got something that you lost. If she got something and I got something, then we should check with Hamish and Corvin and.
No, I've been in my school all day. I haven't
Both of you give me a perception check.
seen anything.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I still need to go buy a new set. Oh, Christ.
So Hamish, don't worry about it. You don't have to give me the pluses. 18's enough. You see that around her neck is a locket.
And that one I'm familiar with.
Oh no, you recognize it. It's one she used to wear a lot.
And I'm pointing to your neck.
And
Your
as you
locket.
grab on, there's the locket.
Oh,
It just like as though it just.
right.
Something's up.
I see that.
But you also know this. He is obsessed with constant one for adventure.
Yeah.
She is obsessed with the idea that Viola's alive,
Right.
that this magical thing, all this stuff. For years, that's just the way she's been.
Yeah. Right.
These two are crazy.
Right.
We're only crazy if we're wrong, but now I have butterfly.
I think it's great, and I'm sure that someone must have. Perhaps it was the headmaster. There are people that can restore artifacts and things like that. So perhaps through some sort of alchemical process, which you should be aware of, that these articles have been returned to us. And a
Yeah.
simple sorcerer should be able to.
So-
The headmaster,
Who
really.
gave
Are you smoking
the
Pesh?
locket?
Well, I'm
No, but
saying
you
that
did once.
whomever they returned to,
Okay, this is why
someone
I
could
know.
have cast a spell, and it returned to the owners of these lost objects.
Like Viola.
This was
Maybe, I
given
don't
to
know
me
the-
by a
who
guest.
else?
Who gave you the locket?
I don't know.
Don't you think it's strange that someone would spend spells on returning lost items? And
I mean-
spells!
But if they,
This was a glamour or something.
I don't know.
Christiana, I know we have spent 90 years.
How old are we now, Heather?
Well, let's see, 17.
It's
You're
been
20,
9
she's
years
19.
Okay.
Since the fire.
Anyone.
I know we have spent 9 years being in denial about many things. Many things. But at some point, Christiana, you have to stop pretending that nothing exists.
I think it's great that these are back, but you have to understand, I have a whole room filled with children
your class
that
over.
Well, when it's time for them to go to bed, I send them down for dinner, and then I get to go, and then someone brings them to bed. But until then, I am responsible for these children, and I can't come out and play right now.
Fine, I am saying rush dinner and let's go. Take them to dinner. We wait for you at your inn. I promised you both we bring you back. Okay, you come to inn.
I'll
Get
go to
Corbin,
the
too.
inn
Be
as
there.
soon as
We
I
get
can.
Corbin.
I'll go.
I get Corbin. You go to work so you don't get in trouble. I'm already off work. I shut shop.
Okay, I'm gonna rush him a little bit.
No, just kidding.
I'm gonna rush it a little bit so we can get off early, and then we can actually talk
Okay.
and figure out who, what, and all the other
Yes.
questions.
Okay. So I go to Corbin wherever he is.
Okay, so you go towards his smithy. He tends to work a little bit later in the day. A lot of those kind of feelings,
shirt
they kind of
on?
made their way away after a while. I mean, as hormones sort of gave
Oh, I
away.
thought it was gonna get worse. Like,
No.
He's like shirtless with like.
I mean, there's probably occasional things where it's just like, like just when he speaks though, the moment he talks, it's like brother.
Well, I think
You know.
in this moment, I am so obsessed with Viola that he could actually be Thor, and I would be like, Viola.
Right. So as you're heading towards his shop, you see a figure coming out of his shop and walking out. Now it's a little bit late and it's a little bit dark, so it's a little harder to see. But the figure, why don't you throw me a perception check?
Oh.
Right there.
Yeah, I just felt that.
You almost threw the perception check.
Oh, that's a good roll.
I'm pretty sure he's. Wait, hold on.
No,
Which of
this got moved.
numbers? Yeah, so 18.
18. You can't make out necessarily the face, but you know that it's male, like the body, and it seems to be sort of trying to not be seen. Like so he's sort of moving and sort of trying to hide and trying to blend in, then move towards the crowd.
Yeah, okay, I try to run toward him.
Okay. Do you like reach out and grab for him, or okay?
If I can.
All right. So you reach out, you grab his shoulder, and turn him around, and you see Gaspar just looks you straight in the eyes. And now he's older, but you can still see that face, and now he's got like a bit of this like kind of goatee like beard that he's grown, and his eyes have not changed since the last time you saw him. And he just turns and looks at you. I know you.
I don't know that you know me. Maybe you think.
You're friends with that boy Parno who got me kicked out, aren't you?
I know.
All right.
I don't know any
Now I need to know, what's your CMD?
The first time we've ever had an
10?
Yep.
bath.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna
Okay,
roll
I need to use
into-
someone's D20
False.
because mine do not have white coloring.
Stay away from my dice.
There's one for you. Oh, if you need one.
Is this yours at least?
That's mine.
Okay. Okay.
That's the one that she was using that was rolling so well.
8. So.
I'm protected.
Alright. So his grapple is.
My CMD is really sad.
Luke had a set of dice, you know.
So 16. 10. Reaches out with his hand and grasps onto your throat. Just like reaches out and holds it and begins lifting you a bit off the ground. And you hear from behind you Corwin's voice. Let her go! And during that time, he's distracted from you.
I try to tickle under his armpit. I think it is exposed because
You're trying to tickle him?
he will drop me. So yes, I try to tickle him.
Alright. Why don't you... I'm sorry. Alright, why don't you give me
I don't know.
no, just touch. It's a touch attack.
Oh no.
Since it's
So-
tickle, can I like add?
So you reach out to sort of grab, and he squeezes his hand a little bit, and so basically you're kind of more grabbing onto his arm at this point. Then he just sort of turns and looks at you.
Corwin.
And you can kind of begin seeing everything going black.
Is this turn based or can I kick him in the nuts now?
What's that? You can kick him in the nuts, yeah. Go for it. Why don't you give me a regular old attack roll? Could you roll that again for me?
This would be a natural attack.
Jamin, describe what just happened with this roll and why she's re-rolling.
Why it's significant.
Why it's significant.
So this is a 1, and on an attack roll, that's called a fumble. So now the way that a fumble works is if you roll the 1, you make the roll again to make the attack. If this fails, it's a true full-on fumble. I think you're going to be okay. It's still a miss, but it's not a full fumble.
You're not dead yet.
And what happens when somebody fumbles?
And likewise, when someone succeeds with a 20,
You
and
get a
succeeds
card.
twice.
That's a
Yeah.
fumble card, and something really terrible happens to you.
It's like in soccer when a ref gives out a yellow
But
card.
now I roll 13.
No, it's not like that at all, actually.
Right, so you still fail, it's just nothing bad happens. Like
Right.
you don't somehow make his arm squeeze around your neck tighter.
So no card.
No card.
No card.
Okay. I don't like cards.
Have you ever had the cards come out in a game?
The crit fail, crit fumble cards?
Once? No, we didn't do.
Oh.
No, we didn't do critical.
We didn't
Ooh,
use- we
you're
didn't
in
use
for a
criticals,
treat.
yeah.
Hopefully.
I have the cards, they're on my phone. You can take a look at them when we're done.
So as this is happening,
Am I still going black?
what's that?
Am I still going black?
You are, but as it's going black, and you reach out and you try to kick him, but it swings wide. You feel something inside of you, like something deep inside, just begins to come out, and he looks you straight in the eyes, and you share eyes with him, but you feel like something is reaching out towards his mind and just grasping him, and he screams in pain. And you drop to the ground.
There's a mind flayer around here.
And he kind of goes back, begins swearing obscenities at you as he kind of lurches back a little bit, kind of looks at you, and begins running off into the crowd.
He's yelling his. Wait, hold on. I'm lying on the ground unconscious, right?
No, you're not unconscious. You everything's coming back.
Oh, okay.
Like he let go before you hit the unconscious point.
Okay.
And as he's running off, Corwin kind of runs up to you and like grabs on your shoulder. Are you okay?
I need to sit a minute. I need to talk to you. Corwin. Why is he here?
I don't know.
He come out of your shop.
I didn't see him come out.
Okay, whatever. Corwin, I need you to take me to Barno's Inn.
Grabs you and picks you up.
Carry?
It's like carries you like this.
For the moment, I think I really like this.
begins carrying you back towards there. You see as he's doing that in this hand, he's basically like, it's like he's kind of holding you, but he's not really able to hold on, like he's holding on to something in there. And you can make out there's a glint of a little bit of metal sort of on the bottom.
What is this?
What? Oh, and he looks at where you're pointing, and he opens up his hand, and you see it's a tiny little shield, like it's like a pin, like a brooch almost. Yeah, it was my dad's. I don't know, it just appeared at the shop today, and I thought it was gone in the fire. Actually, it just appeared like a little bit before you showed up. I was gonna go and I was gonna try to find Parno.
Corwin, yes, we find Parno. Corwin, look, okay, so his head, my arm, right? So
Yeah.
with other arm,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
awkwardly, just kind of go, just enough so he sees. Yes, Corwin, we all have things to talk about. And I lay my head on his nice muscular shoulder as he takes me to the end.
Why was Gaspar attacking you?
I don't know, Corwin. Honest, on my grave. I do not know. I did not know that it was him. I saw someone come out of your shop. I walk up to see who it is.
What's that? Screen? Oh, yeah, go back to the... Right.
I don't know, Corwin. I don't know what's going on, but we need to talk. We need to figure out. Also, I think I need water. I don't feel...
And you pass out.
Okay.
And we will take it up next session.